Good morning, class. Welcome to Saint Peter School. This is your science class, and in previous class we already have completed the chapter number two, that is plants and its structure and function. So now today we are going to discuss about the question and answer. So all the students are requested to take out your books and keep in front of you. Take out page number 15. Okay, so look at the question number first. Give examples of three plants that have spiny fruits, that have a spiny stem, that have red flowers, that have yellow flowers, leaves which close at night, single seeded fruits, and many seeded fruits. So you have to give for each three at least three examples. So let's see what are the examples. First of all, spiny fruits. So where like it's very common example, jackfruit. You have seen, all of you have seen what is the structure of jackfruit. It's a spiny in structure, right? Breadfruit. Okay, breadfruit is like my I think it's rarely seen from it. It is also a type of fruit only, and it is very rarely seen actually. And another example is black mulberry. If you will see, black mulberry has also a structure like jackfruit only, but it's like a grapes. It's like a grapes, but it's a spiny in structure. Now another is B, spiny stem. Now, which plants are having a spiny stem? Very common example. First of all, rose. Rose has a spiny stem. We all know that in rose plant there is a lots of spines on it. Cactus. Cactus is a spiny plant as it is a desert plant, and all the desert plants are having lots of spines on it. And sago palm. Sago palm is also a kind of tree where you will find that it's a kind of plant where you will find that there is a stem, there is a spines on the tree. I think this also you have seen very commonly. It's found, like mostly it is found in most of society. This plant is used to grow in a garden. It's looking very. It is this is just a show plant, sago palm, but it has a spines on their stem. Red flower, red flowers, which plants are having red flower? Rose is found in red in color, cardinal, anthurium, and hibiscus. These all are the types of flowers which is found in red color. Okay. Yellow flowers, which flowers are yellow in color, sunflower. Roses are also found in yellow color, and tulips. Tulips is also found in yellow color. Leaves which close at night. Okay, I know most of you are not aware of this, which plant, in which plant leaves used to close at the night. Very common example, hibiscus. Hibiscus plant, you will see that the leaves curl at night, but what happened in the daytime, it used to open. Poppies. Poppies is also a types of plant in which the leaves used to curl themselves at the night time, and during daytime they are open. Tulips. Tulips is a very common example which you will see. You can find it on the internet. If you don't know which plant is known as tulips. So in tulips plant also, what happened? Their leaves are closed at night, but in daytime they are open. Single seeded fruit. Single seeded fruits are the example mango, cherry, or you can say monocotyledonous seeds are known as single seeded fruit. Example is mango, cherry, peach, and there are lots of more example for the monocotyledonous. Maize, you can see. Okay, many seeded fruits. The fruits which are having a many seed are watermelon. Okay, I'm so sorry. It's not known as the monocotyledonous. The seed which is having a single seed. Monocotyledons is different. Monocotyledons are those seeds which we will dissect it later on. It will be not divided into two equal parts. Okay, but dicotyledonous seeds which is divided into two equal parts. Okay, so that is different. It is talking about the fruits which contains only one seed. Okay, so mango, cherry, and peach are the very common example. Many seeded fruits are watermelon, guava, apple, banana. These all are having a lots of seeds in it. Okay, most of the time we find very problem eating watermelon because it has a lots of seeds, right? Guava is also having a lots of seeds, and apple too have a lots of seeds. Not too many, but it's around a four, 3 to 4 seeds are inside it. Okay, now move to the question number two. Observe any one flower and its various parts and describe it in your own words. Observe any one flower and its various parts and describe it in your own words. So what you have to do, first of all, you are going to draw. You can take any flower. Mostly you can see take a hibiscus flower, because in a hibiscus flower, what you will find, every parts are well differentiated. So you can draw that picture. I have also given here the picture of the same flower. Okay, because all the parts are differentiated in this type of flower. Because if you will take a rose flower, like there is also androecium and that stigma style, but it's not differentiated. But in hibiscus flower, every parts are differentiated. So what you can do, you can just take the flower of that and then start explaining it. The different parts of the flowers are, first of all, we will talk about the male part and female part of the flower. Androecium is known as the male part of the flower, or you can say male reproductive organ of the flower. The androecium consists of holes of a stamen. The stamen consists of filament, and the anther bilobed structure. A typical anther is bilobed, which contains the pollen grains. Okay, we all know that where pollen grain situated. Pollen grain is situated in the anther, and anther is the male part of the flower. Gynosium is the female reproductive organ. Gynosium represents the female reproductive part made up of carpels, and carpel is made up of style, stigma, ovary, and calyx and corolla. Okay, so other than male part, all the parts are considered as the female part. Even the style, stigma, and calyx and corolla too are considered as the you can say female part, but style, stigma, and ovary are the main female part. Calyx and corolla. Okay, so first style, it connects stigma to the ovary. Stigma, it acts as a receptacle for the pollen grains. Ovary, it is enlarged basal part of its style lies. Each ovary bears one or more ovules attached to cushion like placenta. After fertilization, ovule develops into seeds and ovary into a fruit. Calyx, accessory organs bearing sepals. Calyx refers to the sepals. They are green in color. They protect the plant in bud stage and attract the insects for pollination. Corolla is work is also same. They attracts the insects for the pollination. That's why it is found like it is always found in lots of color to attract the insects. Corolla refers the brightly colored whole of a flower. Individual unit of corolla is known as petals. Petals protect the inner essential organs and attract pollinators since they are brightly colored. You can see here the picture. When you will see the picture, you will be more clear to this part is known as a stigma. This is the female part, stigma. Style, this is tube like structure, is known as a style. This when you will dissect it, you will find inside this sac there is a ovule, and this whole solen part is known as ovary, and inside the ovary there is a ovule present. Okay, ovule used to form the embryo of the seed. Male part are anther and filament, is they together known as the stamen. Okay, sepals, or this is called pedicles. So these are the all the parts of the flower. Now question number three: what are the similarities and differences between jowar and moong? Okay, so what is the difference between jowar and moong? Here is a differentiation written here. Jowar, it is a type of monocot plant, while moong is a dicot plant. It is a fibrous root stem. It has a tap root system. The leaves of jowar plants show parallel venation, and the leaves of moong plants show reticulate venation. Okay, so when you will see the plant of jowar or moong, you can observe all this differentiation between the jowar and moong. The leaves of the moong plant is show reticulate venation, while in jowar you will find the parallel venation. And both jowar and moong are the annual plants. That is the similarity between these two plants. Onion and coriander, it is a type of monocot plant. It is a type of dicot plant. It is a type of vegetable. It is a type of herb. The edible part is bulb and the edible part is leaf and the stem in coriander. And what is the similarity? Similarity is both onion and coriander are the annual plants. Annual plant means it grows in a year. Leaves of banana and mango. Leaves of banana, we all know that it has a parallel venation. The leaves of banana are very good, very long and bifurcation on their edges. Leaves of the mango are short in size. It has parallel venation and it has reticulate venation. What is the similarity? Both banana and coconut are perennial plants. Now, coconut tree and jowar, coconut tree, it can grow up to 15 to 23 meters. It can grow up to 2 to 3 meters. Okay. Leaves of coconut trees are arranged spirally, where leaves of jowar stalk plants are arranged in opposite manner. And what is the similarity between these two plants is both have a fibrous root. Now, question number 4 is explain the following images in your own words. There is a two pictures given in your book. A is it's a picture of a mage and it's a B is a so image A represents seed at its cross section. The seed consists of seed coat, cotyledons and embryo. Yes, this is called seed coat, cotyledons and embryo. A seed coat is the outer covering of the seed. It is hard in nature and thus provide protection to the inner delicate parts of the seed. This embryo is thick and swollen due to the presence of food reserves. Images B is represents a monocot dicot seed. A monocot seed is made up of single cotyledons called is scutellum and it has a relatively small embryo which contains endosperm. Okay, so this is called endosperm. So that's all for today. What you are going to do, just start writing this question answer in your notebook. Tomorrow we will discuss about the rest of the question 5 to 7. So till the time, take care and bye.